What's up, YouTube? Moe TV back at you again, and right now I'm gonna do the video that you've all been waiting for. It's gonna be my CSGO E-League Majors Round 1 predictions. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm a predictions, and this is really cool because with these predictions that have come an announcement of a brand new site that just launched, I think a couple days ago, and some of you might have seen me tease about it on stream. This is from the great people at Drake Moon and Drake Wing, and you guessed it, Drake Lounge. I wonder where they come up with these names, right? So this is basically, if you guys remember, CSGO Lounge was the king of all betting sites, right? And that site was basically bet your skins on match outcomes. You bet on, it's a sports betting website, right? Esports betting website. The main difference between this site and that site, there's a couple differences that I really like. First and foremost, I want to introduce Drake Lounge as the site. As you can see, here's the front page of it. I have CSGO as the tab open right now, so this isn't what you would see when you first go in. I also want to mention my promo code. Promo code Moe gets you $5 on the site. $5 That's the most I think any promo code I've ever had. And the main difference is, if you guys remember on CSGO Lounge, right? You would bet skins, and there was limits on skins. There was up to like $60, $65. Some knives were there that were like low tier knives. But basically with CSGO Lounge, the main problem I had with it back in the day, and I used to bet on it all the time when it first came out, was when you win, you just win a shit ton of Asimovs. That's it. You just win like 30, 40, 50 Asimovs, and it's insane. But back then, Asimovs were also really easy to sell, so it wasn't a bad deal. But the beauty of this, right, is not only do you win, like, you just win money, you win coins, whatever, you go straight to the store, and you can take out anything you want from the store, and they have everything. This is by far the nicest store out of anything. What is this right here? Hold on. Sticker Hellraisers Prediction. What the hell? Why is that sticker so expensive? What the hell? Anyway, yeah, but you could take anything you want from the store. And here's the kicker too. If you guys remember, on CSGO Lounge, when you bet, let's say, the odds, you see the odds are like, 70-30, and you're like, oh wow, these odds are pretty cool. Let me bet on the 30% team because I think the 30% team has a chance to win, and then I'll win a shit ton of money because they only have 30%, right? By the time the match comes up, they're at 50-50 now. So you're like, fuck, like it's just a 50-50 now. It's not as good as before. With Drake Lounge, whatever you bet on, you're locked in at that. So even if the odds change, they do change, but you're locked in at what you're locked in your bet at. So you get, like, it rewards people that bet early. That's the way it should always be. It should be like, you see some ridiculous odds right now, like SK Gaming. Hellraisers to win right here, it's 3 points. That's 3 times your money. If I bet on this match, I want to get 3 times my money on Hellraisers. I don't want it to be 2 times my money match day. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's probably going to go down a little bit. So that's the beauty, I think, of this map or of this website. With that being said, I'm gonna go over match by batch. No, I'm gonna go over match by match analysis of what I feel is gonna happen. And before I go into this, remember these are gonna be my opinions on the team. So by no means am I smarter than you guys when it comes to these things. This is just how I feel it's gonna go down because just of what I know. Okay, and going into this, there's a couple exciting things here, a couple exciting storylines. Like one, this is the first time I think that we go into a major and we really, really, truly have no idea who can win it because so many different teams can win. On the way up to this major, we had a different team win every single LAN. In the past, it was always pretty much known Fnatic was gonna win, SK was gonna win, or Luminosity before that. That, like, we knew that the hot teams coming in, and most likely those teams were gonna win. There was sometimes like NIP 1-1, Virtus Pro 1-1, those were cool, but like for the most part, we knew the dominant teams going in, and they always went to the finals. This time it's different. This time it's really exciting because there's no like one dominant team. Every team has a shot. So that's I love that, and this is probably gonna be one of the first majors in a long time where I watch the entire thing because I'm going to be very excited to see how it goes. Number 2, this is also, I think, the first time that we go into a major where the public knows that after the major's over, there's going to be at least 5 roster changes happening. You know, we've heard, we know SK is going to make changes. We know G2 and Envyus are going to make changes. We're hearing about everything from Fnatic to now, and it's crazy. It's crazy, right? Like, I can't wait to see what happens afterwards. But this is very crazy because of this whole, this is our last tournament together. Teams are going to have that mentality where we don't give a shit what happens. We're going to go out and we're going to do crazy things. And it just, what comes to mind to me is like Liquid when they had Simple and Adren, you know what I mean? And they just went out there and they just played because they're like, this isn't our team. This is just, and they made it to the finals, you know? And before that, they made it to the semifinals. So this is definitely one of those, well, the second time they made it, they knew it was, well, they knew they were losing Simple. They knew that. The first time they knew Adrenaline was just a stand-in anyway. So that, you know what I mean? It's just a really cool aspect there because now every team's dangerous, especially the ones that are going to make changes. Like G2 might be super dangerous because they're making changes. Fnatic might be super dangerous because they're making changes. Envyus might be out of nowhere. You know what I mean? It's too much to comprehend. So we're going to move on to G2 versus Fnatic, all right? Both these teams, actually no, we're going to start with Gambit versus North, okay? I'm gonna be the first one to say here, I'm going with the favorite. I mean, here you can see that North is the favorite because their odds to win, they're the favorite because it's the lower odds. You get less money back if you bet on them. The reason being is North is really hot right now. They've been playing really well, and up until the past like 2 events, like people were calling them like a top 3, top 4 world team, and then in these events they kind of like, I don't want to say they underperformed because they never really, like, they were never really expected to be the #1 team or anything. So I think they did fine. And the fact that they got this new org behind them, former Dig, now North, which is owned by the Copenhagen, soccer or football team, whatever, however you guys want to say it over here. I think most of my people are United States, so they're going to say soccer. But it's really interesting because when you're like Cinderella, under like the Cinderella story under a new org, you have that new team smell, and I don't know. I think North is gonna take it, and it's remember again, it's a BO1, so we don't know. Anything can happen in a BO1, but I'm giving the edge to North. I think they have a deeper map pool. I think they're gonna be able to veto all the maps, even though Gambit with Zeus is like a fucking, you know, I think Zeus makes them a lot better of a team, but we'll see. Let me, and you know what? Let me get some. As some of you know, A2Z and Disciple, they follow the scene very closely as well. I want to see what they think in this. Hello, boys. I'm live on air. I want to introduce A2Z, Disciple, and Carrie Frost Continian.
How's it going?
I'm not used to hearing your voice so late at night. Armin. I'm here at match 1 right now. We're talking about North versus Gambit. I went with North.
North versus Gambit. That's match 1?
That's match 1. What do you think? Best of 1. I think North has a deeper map pool. Former Dig, of course, in case you were forgetting.
That is definitely a North bet for me.
For you, you go with North if you bet.
Yes.
Look at the 2, but isn't it like
but
2
fuck,
point? The odds though.
It's
See,
a BO1 though.
It's a BO1. See, all right. Let me explain something to the people. I'm gonna say who I think is gonna win, but then if it's a bet I would take, and at 2.42, I would do a small bet on Gambit because there's upset potential here.
I actually agree with that. Actually,
the tough one for me here is G2 versus Fnatic. I'm going G2. Because it's one of 2 things, right? I truly believe G2 has more skill than Fnatic right now.
The only thing with that match is both teams, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they're both changing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So who's more putty? Probably Fnatic, right?
Probably Fnatic.
But I don't know if this Fnatic is putty, like the one with JW, Flusha, and like the before one, you know what I mean? Like this one with Crims, Olaf, they don't seem putty to me.
They have a lot of skill though.
But I think
know,
G2
bro.
has a lot of skill. Other than Smiths, I think G2 stack up really well against them, 1-for-1, all the way around. Olaf isn't what he was, and G2 is actually up and coming. Right, they're still like getting to their form. Body's a beast, you know what I mean? And Smiths, I mean, it's a like Smiths is probably not even gonna do bad in the one map. Like it's, I don't know, man. I honestly. And the odds look good. I'm going with G2 here because I'm thinking both.
G2 just because it's a legit a 50-50.
It's a 50-50 for me. And the thing is, the odds are better for G2, number one, for like, if you're trying to bet. But not just that, G2 playing like there's no tomorrow is going to be dangerous, I think. Like Fnatic, because Fnatic might be making changes too, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you know when G2, like, it could be a completely different team for G2. Fnatic, we already know JW and Flush are joining. Like, so we know who's leaving, you know? So I don't know. So we both agree with G2. All right, Matt, we both agree with G2 for game 2. Game 3, SK Gaming versus Hellraisers. I'm off the bat, bro. I'm doing Hellraisers. For odds,
BO1 odds 100%.
Odds.
Hellraisers are BO1 gods.
Gods. Not just that, like SK with Fox. Not that Fox sucks. It's just you take one crucial player out of a team, no matter who that player is, the team is not going to function properly anymore. And FNX did so much for that team. Remember, I mean, you were the biggest FNX. You were the biggest FNX fan for how long?
I know. For a
what
while.
did he do for SK, bro? You tell me.
Clutch, be like dependable, just like the glue, just like consistent. He was just solid, dude. Like just solid all around. Nonstop.
Why did he get removed?
I don't know. I wish I knew.
No, but what were were there reasons ever, like something like, I heard it was just like his attitude. He wasn't like practicing a lot, and he had like attitude with Fallen, and he was bumping heads with Fallen. And if it's gonna come down to either Fallen or FNX, I think we all agree that Fallen is the more important player on the team.
Facts, yes.
But fuck, that's a tough loss for them. Next one, we're not gonna agree on this one, but I'm going with Optic versus VP. And I know you're the biggest VP fanboy, and they never lose in groups. They never lose to Americans, but
they literally never lose to Americans. But I will say, if they were to lose to one, it's Optic, because I know Stanislaw is like a big VP fan. I know he is. So I know he watches a lot of VP demos. So if anything,
but can a lot of VP demos like can that help you against VP?
I don't know.
Because VP is just like, I feel like
there's been months since.
Not just that, and Snacks is just the kind of guy that like, I honestly like never see him do the same like gimmick like shit. You know what I mean? Like he's always reinventing something.
Dude, we have no idea what VP we're gonna see. We have literally no idea. Like this is a major, so we're gonna assume that they're gonna show up. But we don't know who's playing where, what spots. Like they change shit all the time. We don't know who's calling. Like
that's true. They change their color all the time.
Yeah. I would want VP to win, but I think Optic is a smart bet actually.
I'm predicting Optic to win this. One for America. Actually, I love VP, dude. But I think it's map 1, right? I think VP's gonna just come in not ready. They're gonna lose this map 1. Then I think VP's gonna just pick it up in the other matches. But that's gonna be crazy because if they're in the losers. It's not a bracket really because it's that Swiss system or whatever. But if they're in that group where it's 1 loss, 0 wins, 1 loss, they're gonna meet a lot of fucking teams that they're just gonna fucking mac on. But yeah, I think Optic is the one here. Just because, dude, they've been fucking the past 2 tournaments, like, they were so dominant, man. Like, they played so many different styles. It was really interesting. Moving on.
So what's the next match?
After that one, it's Navi versus Mouse Sports. Is it even worth it to even give Mouse Sports? It's 2.69, but I don't see it.
No.
Nah, that's the one I don't really see now.
Does Navi ever lose in groups ever?
I don't recall. Do they?
I don't think so, dude. I think they're always like guaranteed to get out of groups. Like, and not that this is group. Like, this is, they could lose this and still get out of groups, but like, I just don't see, like, I don't know, with Simple now and
did you rely on Nico?
You know what it is too? Their hours played. Like, there's posts about it everywhere now. Their hours played is like insane. Simple's fucking Flamey, like they're putting 150 to 200 plus hours each. past 2
Yeah.
weeks. So they're literally like committed so much. I think Navi is thinking first or nothing. That's what I think Navi's thinking right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on Nas there.
Next game right here, right now. Liquid versus Envyus.
Envy just won that recent event, right?
Yeah, but Envy's dying. Like they're
Like,
them and
literally-
G2. It's almost guaranteed they're making a fucking shuffle, right?
But
but-
has Liquid.
But
shown
Liquid
us anything?
sucks.
Yeah,
No, they showed us a lot of shit, George.
that's the thing. Like you can't.
They're so
Like I
bad.
would just skip this bet. I would just skip it personally.
I wouldn't
Like,
bet. I wouldn't bet on this one
I
because
wouldn't
it just
bet.
like both teams are like
I'd
you,
lean
you
Envy.
can't you can't really predict a team, and it's and Envious is the favorite anyway, so it's not like you're gonna win like much. And at the end of the day, like I don't know, dude. I would skip it, but I predict Envious would win just purely because Liquid showed nothing. And but if you were betting, I would skip the bet.
Liquid was boot camping though. for a
It doesn't,
bit, right?
bro. I don't think any of that shit helps them.
Now look at Astralis Godsent next. Look at actually Godsent.
I'm thinking. No, I was gonna say.
crazy
I was
odds.
gonna say this. Okay, so to me, I think, even though we know that there's gonna be changes, right? Or that's the rumors now that there's Flusha, JW going back to Fnatic. Godsent show was insane at the major qualifier. Like they were legitimately insane.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't drop a map. They were dominating everyone that was supposed. It was supposed to be like the hardest qualifier to date, and they literally went through it like it was nothing. I'm giving this. Astralis is they won the last. This is gonna be the biggest upset of them all because I'm going with Godsent, even though Astralis won the very last tournament that happened, and Astralis, they got the new BMW. Audi sponsorship.
Audis.
They're big time. They're fucking meshing together. Everyone on that team is insane. But I just want to give it to Godsent, dude. Just because I feel like this is the biggest upset here of the night. I'm most excited about this match. I think because I really want to see this.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But dude, watch us be completely wrong on all these. But I'm going with Godsent, bro. I have to.
I would take Godsent. It's just they're gonna have that like no care kind of vibe because their team's like
Yeah,
down anyway,
and
so,
here's what I
like,
said before this. Like I introed the video before, and I said this is the first major where there's like 5 teams that are predicted to make changes.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be 5 teams that are playing like they don't give a fuck, and that's the
Exactly.
most dangerous way to play.
That's like upset heaven right there.
Last
And
but
then
not least,
Sleepsin.
Flipside versus FaZe Clan.
I personally don't think Flipside will win.
I don't think so either. I think FaZe Clan outskills them, and now I think they out-tactic them. Like the Flipside tactics. I like that Kerrigan has actually made FaZe Clan a lot more of a real team to me.
Yep.
And I think they're just gonna fucking have a field day with Flipside. And I think this one's out of all of them, it's the easiest one. But again, it's not really worth it to bet on this one because it's just not a big win, Well, you
Yeah,
bet
it's
$100,
not.
you win $32. That's how I look at it. You like $100 bet, right? Like on this one, I'm betting $100. I won 132. I won $32. That's really
That would just be a risk because it's a BO1. Like if it was
Exactly.
a BO3, I would probably take FaZe for that $30. Just because
it's not risky. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not as risky. That's the truth. Like Hellraisers 100 to win 308. Like I'm down. Like I'm down. But yeah, I think overall, dude, like we kind of mashed up well on everything. The only thing is like you wanted Virtus Pro to win, but you think Optic can do it.
Yeah, definitely. And
Alright, man.
aside from that, pretty much just very good chance for upsets generally around all these matches.
All right, man. Thank you for your time.
All right, nice.
I cut him off there. All right. There you have it, guys. That's my round 1 predictions. I'm gonna try to do a round 2 that comes up for what happens if I can. It's gonna be really hard to like do these, get them edited and out before the matches, but I think I'll do them. And if not, maybe I'll stream. Maybe I'll stream them live so everyone can have a chance to see it. So it just the VOD's up for everyone. So it's not like a well-edited thing, but at least it will be up for you guys to watch. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, website's Drake Lounge. My promo code is MOE. This site's gonna be very, very busy the next 48 hours because that's when the majors are happening. So this site's gonna be super busy, like starting tomorrow actually. So remember, if you get in early, you're locked in for your bet at that rate, so you don't. It's better to go in early than at the end because that's when the odds kind of change based on how many people have been betting. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit the like button, please subscribe, and there'll be more of these coming up. Peace, homies. What are you doing, dude? What the fuck is going on?